This preamble is shared between the 3 videos for the 3 courses and contains first a description of what was required by the exercise, then my proposed solution, and the description as per the requirements within the exercise, and finally some considerations specific for the proposed solution. For my specific model, it was focused on supporting the decision making by users in identifying which other users to connect with that have the proper expertise required for their project or solution or initiative. The model has some element of designs both in the user interface that you will see through a demo in a prototype wireframe, and also in the feedback cycle that will be managed on the solution provided. Therefore, an additional requirement for human factors in this case was to add an improved explainability of the choices made by the model. And the idea is that in any corporate environment, the scarcest resource is the time of the key people. There are 2 main risks. One risk is involve the wrong people, so you waste their time, and not involve the right people, and so you build up something that in the end is discovered to be useless or even detrimental. And also I saw solution based on knowledge management, but those solutions were too cumbersome in terms of management. In the end, word of mouth was the tool that was most often used, and obviously word of mouth is not necessarily up to date with what's going on in the company and the constraints and so on. So the 3 basic questions for any machine learning project. Finally, why machine learning? Because machine learning allows to collect information, process information, return feedback, etc., all without involving people, and therefore removing potential issues if you make a comment about something that then is misconstrued or misused, and so on and so forth. The idea to make such an application based upon my experience with other tools also is to make it as simple as possible. Is that the end user will use just a smartphone. So the idea is that first you select if you want a new one, modify one, or list those that you already built up, and you store on a mobile. Then you provide a general description of what is the initiative or project. Then you move on to the why, so why you think is needed, what will be the benefits, that is the key element in any corporate environment. You don't do a project just to do a project, you do a project to produce some benefits. Then who is going to be the audience or your proposed project or solution, initiative, whatever, and what is your role, because this helps in identify who should be involved along with you. And last, who is your sponsor. If you have no sponsor, you're just walking around an idea. It's fine, but then this gives some constraints in terms of being able to allocate the time of people, resources, and so on. What is the side effect of not doing the project, and how is currently done, and if there is a deadline. Summarizing, the idea is that this video will show you a little bit of what is inside the application, but the design logic has to be made, as I said, as intuitive as possible. The sequence is the one described in the previous slide, so a really simple series of questions, no technicalities and so on. You keep privacy by using information on your smartphone, and so all the data that the user enters stays on the smartphone, and only after the pre-processing through natural language processing on the smartphone, it goes the result to the server that then does the match versus what is inside the model, and then identify the shortlist. And also, to avoid any potential selection bias, the information, when it's pre-processed, is also to remove any identification information. The final step is an opt-in to save the list so that it can be used to actually ask for feedback from both you and the subject matter experts, or to leave. So you just get your list of names, but then it's not shared, and this could be, for example, because you don't want others to know that a project is going to start.